So, in our previous class, we talked about making some adjustments on the login screens and also adding a loader screen and also adding a loader screen. Okay, so before we continue, I need to make a little announcement before we can start. So previously, we said we are going to make some corrections on this login and also apply the loader screen. Yeah. So I'm going to duplicate this. So I need this and this. Sorry, I need the email and password. So I'm just going to
Sorry, ma. We are not seeing your
duplicate.
screen.
So I'm going to duplicate it here and then change the name. So this is going to be we didn't change this one. Login email. Why is it not reflecting yet? Login password. So why is it not reflecting yet? Okay. Why is it not reflecting yet? So let me place them at the center. So I have this already. The next thing I'm going to add is a loader. So I'm just going to um, duplicate this. So now, so I've corrected this, which is actually going to reflect. So the next thing I need is a loader, just kind of to make this, interactive and all. So let's get this loader I was trying to open last week. So I'm going to use these two are the same. We have kit one and kit two. So we have two steps, we have three steps. So I think I will have to use two steps. So I'll be opening Figma. So now this is the guideline how to use it. So this is how it is. So I'll just come to this place. So I'm going to here. So I'm going to pick the word I want. I'll be working with you. So I'll be working with this first one. You can work with this, you can work with this. So I'll be working with the first one. I'm just going to copy and come back to my Figma and then paste it here. So I'm going to expand. So I'm going to paste this here and I'm going to take the loader. So I'm going to take the loader. So you can choose to take this, you can choose to take this. So I'm going to take this one. So I'm going to paste it here. Now, just to remain consistency with my text, so I'm just going to bring it in here, position it at the center. So I'm going to say this is going to be please wait. Now I just want to place this to be at the center. So I'm just going to hold it this way. And this is what we have. So I'm going to call this like a loader. So I'm going to come back to my prototype. So now you can see that this is actually in delay. This is already in delay. So I'm just going to duplicate this. So I'm going to call this like go back to my design. I'm going to delete this and then say home page. So this is going to be home page. So let me make this text to be bold so that you guys can see. So I'm going to change this to home page. So the now if you want to have clear understanding of your design, always rename your frame so that it will be very easy for you to identify which one is which one. So I'm going to show prototype. So now the next thing I'm going to do here is going to be delay. So this is going to be like after delay. So you're just going to carry the previous setting. So you can say dissolve, you can say this or that, anyone you want. So now let's preview our projects from the beginning and see how far. So first thing first is I'm going to set it back. Since you're using one Figma frame to design the web and the mobile, automatically you'll be changing it. But if it is just one project on that Figma file, then you can just set it in that particular phone device and then leave it that way. So I'm not going to present, I'm just going to preview. I just want it to come out so it will be quick for me to make the necessary adjustments. So I'm going to take this guy to the left. Are you guys still with me? Are you guys with me?
Wow.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's wait for it to load and then let's check what we've done so far. Okay, so while we're waiting for it to load, let's see if you can be checking out to see any other errors. So in this error aspect, so what you can do is you can just choose to, just you can just choose to maybe duplicate this and then just type some error thing that will say this is like duplicate this sign up screen, then go back to this main component and add error input. And then when you click on sign up, automatically it will show you this screen. But since we're not going to involve these two in our prototype, we can just leave it here as form of display and then continue what we want to do. So let's wait for it to load and see if try out this new screen and the correction we just did while we are trying to design the bottom navigation. Now I'm just going to look for a random home page and then add it this way. So I'm going to look for a food app mobile mobile UI. So let's so that we can look and replicate already existing design that somebody has done. So we can just try out something new in our own. So I'm just going to take a look at this. I think I like this, but I don't like the bottom navigation. This can be found on a Figma community. So I like this home page, but I don't like the bottom navigation. So I think I will have to go with this. So I think I like this. This is actually so cool. So I think I like this and then this. So I'm just going to, copy the image and then come to my Figma and then save it. So I'm going to click out, return back to design and then paste it. This is how it's going to look like. So it's actually small, but let's see if we can get it in a very um clear image. So I'm going to come back to this place. I'm going to actually open the image in Meta. And I need it in a clear. The image already is actually blur. I think I'll have to go to the design site to see the image very well. So let's just feed our eyes. I don't like the button navigation. So I'm going to change the button navigation to the nice one. So let's see if the image has actually opened. It has taken me to the main original site. So this is the person that have this work, and the person did a presentation on Behance. So this is the image here. So I like this. I'm going to replicate this already, but I don't like the bottom navigation. So I don't like the bottom navigation. This is actually fine, but I don't like the bottom navigation and I don't like the shape of the icon. But I think this is actually going to work well for me if I know how to play around with it. So we're just going to replicate this home page and this two. We don't need this already. So we're going to replicate this two, but we are going to change this bottom navigation to a better one. And you can see the components that this guy used, the colors, the style, the grid, and then also what we just need here is just inspiration for this home page. So I'm going to copy the image. So it's showing me how not to like it didn't give me the option of not to copy the image. So automatically I'm going to screenshot it. So I'm going to screenshot this. Then I'll come to my design and then I'll paste it. So I'll have a clearer um, image. Now you can see that I have a clearer image. So I already know what is at the top. So I already know what is here. We have the name, address, and this. So I'm just going to change this. So the only thing I need is just this information here and this information here. So I'm just going to change this one to my own and this one to my own. But I'm just going to, replicate what I'm seeing here. But I'm just going to add one or two to my own. Are you guys still with me?
Yes,
Yes.
boss.
Okay. So I think my Airtel network is having issues not to open this, and my phone is very, very low. My phone is very, very low. I can have connect my phone to my I can have connected my phone to my laptop, but my phone is very, very low, below 5%. So let's just exercise patience a bit, and when we get to our break time, and then I'm going to turn on the gen, and then I will charge my phone. So if you guys cannot hear me, please draw my attention to it. So first thing first, I said I don't like the way this this is called a bottom navigation. Now this is a mobile app. So let me go back to this example and use it as an example for you guys to explain something. Now this is a home page, mobile app home page. So this is called a home page. Some people call it landing page, some people call it dashboard. But the best name to call this is food app home page. This is the home page because once you are done authenticating, this is where it will land you to. This is where it will take you to. So this is called a mobile home page. Now in the mobile home page, we have the profile of the user, we have the location of the user, we have icon. I don't know what this icon stands for, and the person did not actually design it. But I don't need this icon because this icon now is called a menu icon. So automatically I will assume that this menu icon is supposed to carry all this, but this is already displayed here, and this icon, there's no need for this icon. But in my own, I'm going to change this icon to be like a notification icon. And I'm going to remove this notification icon from this place. So mine is going to be 4, and then we have the notification icon here. But I think this icon is actually carrying user, like the user profile, but that's not what we're looking at. So I'm just going to change this top here. So I'm going to use find your food, hi, ring queue. So I'm going to use the whole details here. Everything is going to be the same. But in this aspect, I'm going to, change. I'm going to change these icons, and I'm going to make my own scrollable. Like I'm going to make my own to be scrolling, like to scroll to the top. When you tap on any of this one, it takes you to this screen. So that's how I'm going to do my own. So now let's get into details and then start crafting and making few interactions. First thing first is I want to create a new bottom navigation. I'm not just going to place it that way. Now, since I'm creating a bottom navigation, and trust me, I'm going to have home, um, I'm going to have home, favorite, shopping cart, and account. So I'm automatically going to make my own in component, but I'm not going to make it interactive. First thing first is what kind of icon are we using? So I'll have to go back to my frame where I'm doing my component. So I'm going to get the text that I want. So I'll be using the smallest text for this. So I'll be using the smallest text for this. So the smallest text I'll be using is going to be 14 or 16, depending the font size of that, depending the font size of the font. Please guys, just give me 1 minute. Let me attend who is at the door, please. Sorry about that. So now I'm going to use a smaller text for this. I'm going to use a small text for this. So what I'll be using is size 14. So I'll be using size 14 for this. So I'm going to, what icon collection are we using? So you guys, we used font awesome icon, and I said font awesome icon. Font awesome icon is you need to have the um, font before you can use it. But in this aspect, we're not going to use font awesome. We are going to use an icon collection from a plugin called Iconify. where we used some during our previous class. So if you want to get your icon, this is where you go to get your icon. So I'll be clicking on this plugin. Yeah, so I already have this one saved. So I already have this saved. So I'm just going to click on this and then look for the icon collections that I want. So let's wait for it to load. Are you guys staying with me?
Yes, ma.
Yes, we are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, since my network is affecting my plugins and all. Guys, just give me 2 minutes, please. Just give me 2 minutes. So it's loading now. That's open. So let's look for the right fonts. Sorry, the right icon. So guys, did you guys check out how to use Iconify? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
So did you guys check out how to use Iconify? Did you
Yes,
guys try
yes,
it out?
yes.
Okay. So I'll be using an outline icon. So I'm trying to use which icon. So I'll be using an icon collection called which icon. So that's what I'll be using. So I'll look for home. So I will use I like this one. I'm going to use this. So I'm going to import as frame. Then I'll look for save love just hearts. So most of the hearts is having this. So I'm going to look for favorite. So I'm just going to look for heart that doesn't have um, those plus or any other. I just want it in form of love. So I'm not getting it. So I'll need cards. So I need cards fast. Okay, so bad network is affecting this. So due to my bad network, so I'm going to give somebody access on this Figma file that has a strong network so that the person can help me download an icon from which icon. So somebody should just come on this Figma file so that I will give the person access to edit so that the person can from his end and then import icon for us to use on this design. So who have a strong network? So who is having a strong network? I need the person's favor now. Where is Miriam? Miriam, are you having a strong network? She's not on the call. Wisdom, are you having a strong network?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I'm inside the this. Huh?
Please, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, yeah, you have access to edit now. So help me import an icon. Go to
Go to where?
iconify. Open. You
I'm
don't know how
doing
to
it.
use it.
Huh?
You don't know how to use
I'm
iconify.
I'm on it now. I'm searching. Is that not how I should do it?
Okay, who jikes? Yeah, that's how. I can't see what you're doing from your end. It's Figma did not give us that feature. So you just need to do only what I can see is when you are done importing the icon, that's when I'm going to see it.
Okay, I'm at this place. This the interface of the I'm trying to search the huge, but it's not going, so I should just look for it, Abby. Ma, you understand what I'm saying? Hello?
Wisdom.
Huh?
Type the icon.
That's what I'm doing now.
Once you type it, then you bring them out.
Huge. Huge, Abby.
Yes.
And
From this
now
search.
co you are now a co-host. So you are now a co-host, or you share your screen so that we can all see what you are doing.
Oh, okay. Where is the share screen, sir? Where is the share screen, sir? Where is share screen for this thing?
Wow.
On this, which side? I'm looking for it too.
Let me share you a screenshot.
Okay. The chat, where are you sending to? The chat space?
Check the WhatsApp group.
Okay. Okay.
So just click on share screen.
This simple place. With the yeah, the entire screen, I mean. Are you guys seeing this huge place, Abby? Abby's not here. Ma, you hearing me?
Yeah, it is there, Baba.
You know they nothing in one research now. Abigail go spell the huge.
Maybe
No match found. Abi for me, may I just define am for or this side? Okay. Love Abi. Abi cat. This is the cat I'm seeing.
And choose that one with love.
This one.
Yes, yes. Importance. Right?
Where you think we can show? Let me use.
Nine be that. Nine be that.
Help and drop her on the.
Change the color. Change the color.
No, no change color. Just drop it on the components. You continue now.
Hey, Wisdom, I can see your screen now. Hey,
Okay.
Wisdom,
Bro, resize it.
what have you done?
This
Don't resize it. No, Wisdom, don't resize anything for me. Your job is just to help me import. Just import and leave it.
like this.
No, I
Let
need to
me
see. Take your
Move on to
take.
components
so that I
so
can
that
see the
you
one I
see.
want. If I will choose.
Oh,
Take
okay.
it. Take it up. Exactly. So I need to choose now. The one I'm going to choose is going to be from your left. Count 1, 2, 3.
From here. This one.
Up. The up one.
Yes.
Up one. Yes.
Okay.
Import as frame. Thank you. Now, the next one you're going to import now is going to be a profile, account profile icon. Profile, just profile. Should we use settings? Okay, let's use settings. The first one. No, what are you typing? Okay, let's use the second one. No.
This one.
Remove the S. Remove the S.
This
Now
one.
use this. Yes.
I've downloaded it. As
Now we
input.
need more one.
Which?
I need love. It's not showing, so you have to use another icon. So let's finish with which icon. So I need cards favorites account. So we'll just do 4. So you now return back to the icon set list.
Yeah, again. What am I doing again?
Now
Ma? Hello? Ma, I'm not hearing you.
on this search bar that you have, which icon at the top? The one at the top
Okay. Yeah, what am I doing?
where you have which icon.
Yes. What should I search here?
Now erase it.
Okay.
Love.
What am I doing? What am I doing from here?
Use the word heart. Heart.
Which one am I importing?
Heart. Erase the word love and type heart.
Yes, I'm doing it. It's your network. I'm already there.
1, 2, 3. So I
This
need
one.
the third one on the second line. Third one on the second line.
Okay.
Yes.
I've imported it.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Should I cancel?
Yes, you can cancel. Thank you. You can stop sharing your screen.
Okay. Uh, Hey, stop. Who can share? Ooh.
So what you're going to do now, you're going to copy. Don't worry, I've seen it. So I want to quickly rename all of them. So this is going to be settings, and we're going to have this here. So guys, are you guys with me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you're hearing me.
Okay. All right. So now we've renamed all of them. So what we are going to do now, we're going to make them in auto layout. So I will just highlight all of them, like each icon with the name, and then make it auto layout. So I'm going to hold all of them and then place them at the center. Then position them to be at the top. And then I'll arrange them very well. So now you can see that now some is showing me some, let's say the spacing between the icon and this text is 9. This one is 6. This is 6. This is 3. So we are going to hold all of them and then give them one particular spacing. Give them the same space. So let's use spacing of 6. Now, the space between each icon, like between the space between, sorry, the space between them here is 25. So 25 is okay for me. So I'm just going to make this auto layout. Now, if I make this auto layout, I'm going to come to this part now to be sure of the frame size I'm using. So I'll only pick the width. So I'm using 390. So I'll come back here. So once I make it 390, I'm going to place them at the center. So the height I'm going to use height of, let's use 70. So now I'm going to turn on my layout grid for it because I want this icon to be um, aligned. So I'm going to turn my layout grid. So once I turn my layout grid, I'm going to now move. So I'm going to move these settings to get to this point and this to get to this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold them here and come to this place and adjust them. Now this is it. So once I adjust them, this is how it's going to look like. So I'll be sure that this is actually at the center. So I'm going to click them one by one and then make sure each of them is positioned at the center. Yeah. So this is what I have. So this is what I have. So I'm just going to give this so I'm just going to give this a fake color of white. So and I'm going to corner this part and this part. I don't want to corner this place and this place, just here and here. So what I'm going to do, I'll come to this place Are you guys with me?
No, we didn't hear you for some time and your screen is not showing.
Where did you stop?
As you're trying to make these stuffs be in the center.
Okay. So what you just do, you just come to this auto layout and you first of all turn the layout grid. So once you turn on the layout grid, you just come to your auto layout to adjust them. Now I want to make now I've given it a fake color. So if I click out, you see that it already has a fake color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give this a corner radius and here a corner radius. I don't want to give this part a corner radius. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come to this place appearance and then click this is the corner radius. So if I put corner radius to just automatically appear to all or apply to all. So I'll come to this place that says individual corners. So this is how it's going to look like. So I just only need this. I only need this part and this. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come here and say 20 and also the right side to say 20. So I don't need this other part. So this is actually okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this measurement here and see if the height is okay for the home page. So I'm going to place it here. So I'm going to use my background color that I've been using for my authentication. So I'll be using the same background color. So I'm going to come here, then place this at the center. Yeah, so I'm going to delete this text. I don't need it. So I'm going to click here and then turn off the layout grid. So I'm just going to close the eye icon. So this is what I have here. So this is what I have here. Now, yeah, I'm not going to be using this my main black color. I'll be using I'll be mixing it up. So the one that is on this page, like the home page, is actually going to be the primary color, while others is going to be the gray color. So I love this height. This is actually okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make them in components and make the necessary adjustment that I want to make. So first thing first is the height is okay, which I just take the measurement. It's actually perfect. So I'm going to make this font. So I'm going to make this font to be um so I already have this font here. I don't have for medium. I already have for regular. Now remember I said if you're adding any extra font weight or any extra font size, order from the ones that are not displayed on your style guide. Remember you're going to add them in your local styles and also add them on your style guide. So I'm going to hold this remaining three. So I think I like them in regular font weight. So I'm just going to hold these three and then make them my gray color. So they're going to be this color and then this is actually going to be my primary color. So this is actually going to be my primary color. So this is okay like this for me. The spacing, everything is actually okay for me. So I think I'm good to go. Then what I'm going to do is make them a component. So once I make them a component, first thing first is to change this to navigation bar, nav bar. So now this is actually going to be the home. Then the next one is going to be this. So what I'm going to do here now is just to switch whatever I did here, going to apply. Let's just change the color and the font weight. So this is actually going to be, so I'm going to take this out since we don't have medium size 14 for this particular font. So now this is what I'm experiencing here. So all I have to do is not to drag it. I will just come to this place and then auto with this text, and automatically it will just adjust. So I'm going to return this back to regular. So I'm going to hold them together and then take it from this to gray, and then this to the main primary color. So let's quickly do this remaining the other two, and then we'll start designing the whole page. So I'll quickly do it very fast now. Okay, so now the reason why I'm making this particular icon and the text to be different from this color, it just to indicate the user. Now this is in the UX part where to notify your user or tell your user that you are actually on that particular page, like you're on the home page, you are on the favorites page, you are on the cards page, or you are on the settings page. So now let's design for the home page. Now remember, I have changed this color to be my bottom navigation. I have changed the color to the bottom navigation name.
Sorry, ma. Why did you round the up of this nav bar? The two.
Let me show you the reason why I wrap it. I want it to now. If you check this person's design that we are using, you can see that this person did not wrap this particular. I'm not talking of the outer. I'm talking of the inner. But my own, I just want it to be the. I want the um notification bar to be like it's on top. Then remember I said we are going to make this scrollable. So that once I'm scrolling my um card, my food card, it will just show that the notification bar is on top. You can choose not to curve it. You can choose to just leave it plain. But for me to just have nice interface, I just choose to curve it. You can leave it plain. You can choose to not curve it. You can just curve it. The choice is yours. Remember, I said we are just looking at this to create our own. But I'm going to change the bottom navigation. Remember, I said so.
Okay, ma.
So this is how it's going to be. So I think I'm okay with this. So I'm going to return this back. So this is how it's going to be. So since I'm designing for the home page, this is how it's going to look like. So the next thing I'm going to use, I need my status bar. So I'm just going to get the status bar and then bring it here. Take it to the top. So I'm going to take it to the top here and then position it in the center. So next is my profile. So like I said, I'm going to change the profile. Now, Wisdom, I need your help. Can you get me a bell icon? So just get a bell icon and then notify me that you've gotten a bell icon. Maybe by dropping comments or anything. So while Wisdom is doing that, I'm going to quickly design for the profile, the name, and maybe location, and then we'll start the search bar. So I'm going to turn on the layout grid. So I'm going to add it here and then turn it on. So once I turn it on, I'm going to use this shape for my profile. So I'm using this shape for profile, and then I'll be using this text weight for the name. So I'll be using this 20. So I'll change the color to main black. So I'm going to also duplicate and then reduce it to 16. And I will use gray here. So this is going to be like my location. Wisdom, I also need location icon too.
I dropped a screenshot of which bed should I which bed which one? I dropped the screenshot in the chat space.
Okay, it's loading. This is bed. Location means bed.
Ah,
Bell, BELL.
okay, Bell.
Yes,
Okay,
not
okay,
bed.
okay.
Remember, it's not icon collection that we're using. Okay, so this is what we have. Yeah. So while we wait for Wisdom to give us the icons for location and also the bell. So I'll be designing. So I will leave it this way while we wait for him. So now the next thing I want to design is now this is where we are getting our inspiration from. So the next thing I want to design now is going to be the search bar. It's going to be the search bar. So Wisdom, I'll be dropping the list of icons that I want on the chat box. Or okay, let's hold on for now. So Wisdom, you will share your screen and then let's pick the particular icon I want. I want a filter icon, search bar, search icon, location icon, and bell icon. So you can share your screen. Let's pick the particular icon I want. Wisdom, I'm waiting for you.
Okay. I've shared. Which of the location?
Location icon I want is the first, the third one. Yes, that one. So the next one I want is the bell. No, 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 not that search from that
Yeah,
place. Not that search from that place. The
yeah,
second search.
yeah. I think I even imported it already, sir.
Bell. Not that kind of bell. Oh.
This one.
Not this kind of bell I'm looking at.
Which?
Notification bell, notification bell.
Just type notification.
Type notification bell or notification.
Just type notification.
Okay. This one.
No, the one I want is the fourth one. Yes, the fourth one. Yeah.
Fourth.
Sorry, fifth. Then I also need search icon.
This.
Oh yes. I also want filter.
Yes.
I'll be using the fifth one.
Fifth.
Yes.
Any other one?
Since we are replicating that kind of screen, so I also need a plus.
This kind plus, this plus.
I'm coming. The other one standing on its own. Yes.
This.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Should I stop sharing?
Yes, you can. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so thank you, Wisdom, for that. Why is all of them hanging here? So, Wisdom, your whole icon actually entered my components. Yeah, see them here. Don't worry, I'll bring it out.
Okay.
Or I'll bring them out. You can mute though.
I've muted already.
But you're talking.
As you ask now.
Okay. Okay, so let's create the search bar. And so the icon, no need of placing the icon location, no need of placing it in components. So I'm just going to cut it or drag it or copy each any other way you want to do and go to my home page here. Somebody is not muted. So I'm going to place this here. The first thing first is I'm going to change the color to this to match with this color. And then I'm going to reduce the icon. So I'm going to use my scale to reduce the icon. So you can come here to select scale, or you can click on K on your keyboard and then just reduce it this way. So I just want it small, then return it back to move.
Ma, you said K?
K, yes, letter K. K for kettle.
Okay.
I'm just going to place this here, then reduce it, keep it here, then hold these two together, and then make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, I think I'm good to go. So I'll get a random image here. So I'll go to my free pics on Splash. If you want to use your picture, no problem. So I'm just going to get a random picture from free pics. So I'll just copy the picture. So I'll just come here and paste it. So I only need the face. I don't need this whole body. I just need the portrait face. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to come here, come to crop. So once I come to crop, I'm going to hold my scale. So I only need, can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the, I only need just the face. So you can choose to use it like this, but you can tell that if I turn off my layer grid like this, if I turn it off, you can see that it doesn't have the background. So if you don't want to tamper with the picture, you can go ahead and look for a better, just the face picture. Did I spell it very well? Okay, so while we're waiting for it to load, so let's continue. Let's see if we can play around with this picture for it not to just, for it not to be visible enough. So we can just add stroke to it. Then we can reduce it to maybe like this, and then change the color to be the lighter shade of gray, just for it to be like this. You know, just for it to be, at on top. So it will be visible enough that we're actually using this shape for the image display. So I'm going to place this like this. So this space here is actually too much. So it's much. So I'm just going to come here to reduce it, or you can come to this part to reduce it here. If you want this to be small, you can just come here to reduce it. So you're going to use scale to then reduce it this way. So I think this is okay. So I'm going to get my bell icon. So I'm going to place my bell icon here. I'll bring it inside. So now, if you just want to show like there's going to be and maybe you have two notification, three notification, you can just create something from like add. You can create something and add to this. So I'm just going to make this 15 and 15. So it's going to be okay for this. So I'm going to make it red, my red color. Now this is where the smaller text comes in. But now where we actually just set is 14. So we are going to use 10 or even 8. Now any font, remember we did not create for 8 or 10, font size of 8 or 10. So in this aspect, we are going to add it. So we'll be using 8, and I'll keep it this way. And then I'll make it bold so that it will be visible enough. And I'm going to hold the both of them and then make it auto layout. So once I'm done making it auto layout, I'll just bring it here. So I'm not going to place it inside. So I'm just going to keep it on top. So I'm just going to use my arrow key to just adjust them and then hold the two of them together, and then I'll group it. You can frame selection, you can group it, the choice is yours. So I'll just group it this way, and then I'm going to turn on my layout grid to then arrange that part. Are you guys with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So once I'm done, I'm just going to make this to auto layout like this. So I have this. Now we are good to go. So now the next, where's the image? Next thing I'm going to design now is going to be this search bar. Find your food. It's going to be the search bar, and then this text here. So this is what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, duplicate this and come here. So I'm going to make it bigger. So I'll be using 28. So 28 is actually too big. So for consistency, I'll be using what I use here. So what I use here is 28. So if it's too big, you can choose to use 24. So I'm just going to make this like this. So I'll be using 24. 28 is actually looking too big. So I'll be using 24, which is the heading 4, which is 24. So this is what I'll be using. So I'll be using my main black color, which I've already set because I just duplicated it from this my name. So now I want to create this card. Now I want to create this search bar. So I'm just going to take the measurement with rectangle, how I want the width and the height of the search bar to look like. For the width, I want it to be the same width as of my button. So for the height, I'll be going with 40. Okay, I'll be going with 45. So I'll be going with 45 here. So I'm just going to make sure this is actually correct, and then I'll take it. So I'll go to this part here and then I'll paste it here, and then I'll stay here and create my search bar. Now search bar, what I need for my search bar, now I've gotten the width of what I want. First thing first is I'm going to make it my white color. So I'm going to make it white, and I'm going to bring this in here. So I'm going to push it to the front here. So now, first thing, these icons are actually outside. So I'm going to undo that to look for my search icon. So this is my search icon. So my search icon is actually outside. So I just noticed that some of my icons are actually outside. So I'm going to bring this icon inside this frame. So I'm going to take this icon outside this place, click out, then copy, and then bring it inside again. So automatically I have it inside the frame. And then I'll place it at the top here. So I need a smaller text. This is where smaller text comes in. So I need smaller text for search. So I need a smaller text for search. I think font size of 14 is okay. So here I'll be using my gray color. So I'll be using my gray, and also the search will be the gray color. Now this is what I have. I'm going to make them auto layout. So once I make this auto layout, the space between these two is actually too much. So I'm just going to zoom in and then reduce them here like this. So this is what I have. So the next thing I have is I want to create for filter search. So I'm going to get this here. So I'm going to get a rectangle and then place it this way. So I'm just going to make the rectangle to be height and width to be the same way. So I'm going to make it my primary color. So I'm going to make it my primary color. I'm going to change this icon to white color.
Hello, what was the shortcut you use for the fill that would make you round?
Letter I.
Just I.
Yes, letter I, yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold these two together and then make it auto layout. Shift A. So this is what I have. I've created my filter search and I've created this side. Now it's time for me to join them together. Remember, this is the height I'm going to be working with. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to bring this and then give it. Now let's go and look at this, our inspiration, and see how their search bar is. Let's see how their filter search is. If all the positioning have icon, now you can see that it's actually inside. So that means we're going to reduce the icon and the height and width of our search is and make it corner radius. So I'll go back to the design. So I'm going to come here and then place it inside here. So I'm going to automatically give it a corner radius of 5 and then reduce it to maybe let's use 40, 40. So we'll be using 40, 40. So I'm going to place this icon at the center here. So I'll be using 40, 40. So let's reduce it. I want it to be visible enough, so I'll be using 38, 38. So this is what I'll be using. So this is 45. So let's make it even number so that this will have the spacing between them in even format. So this is going to be search for food or search food. Search for food. So 14 is actually looking too big, so I'll be reducing it to 12. So we don't have for 12, so automatically I'll have to start the end, detach that, and then make it for 12. So I'll be using lighter color. So this is actually too big, so I'll be using my gray color. So this is actually giving me this red gray, so I'll be using this particular color, and I'll be reducing this icon. So I'll use my scale and then reduce the icon to 20. So this is okay. So I'll hold this filter icon and then this together, and then I'll make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, this is how it's going to look like. And then if I'm okay with this adjustment and everything, then I will hold this too and then make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, this is how it's going to look like. Then I'll place it at the center here. So once I place at the center, if I'm okay like this, then I'm good to go. So this space here is actually too much. So what I will do is I'll click on this and then drag this here. This is okay, and this is okay here. So I'm going to make this give it a corner radius. I don't like it sharp, so I'm going to give it a corner radius of 10. And once I'm done, this is how it's going to look like. So if I want to make this a component, I am free to do that. If I don't want to make it a component, yeah, I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to make it a component to show how it is used when being displayed and how it will look like when a user wants to type something and when a user is done. But for now, we're not just going to do that. We're just going to work with this alone. So I'm just going to cut that and move to my home screen, and then I'll paste it here. So once I paste it, I'm going to position it at the center. So it's going to be at the center, and this is actually going to be here. So I'm going to turn this off and see what I've done so far. So now let's try our prototype down with this so that all the adjustments, everything is going to reflect. So we're just going to try our prototype. So we're going to start from beginning. Okay. So let's start from beginning to see all the correction and everything. So we have next, next, get started. And you can see that immediately I move to login, it did not reflect again. And you can see that the full correction has been adjusted. Sign up. So now you can see that the loader was actually fast. So we are going to make it more slow. So I'm going to come here. So let's make this slow so that the loader will go round. So I'm going to come here. So this is going to be so let's make it So how delayed do you want it? So I'm going to make it 1005 milliseconds. And then let's see how. So I'm going to start from this sign up here. You can see how it's moved. So guys, we'll take our 30 minutes break and then we'll come back to create each card and also make them scrollable. And then when you click on each of the card, it takes you to the description page. So guys, let's go for 30 minutes break and come back by 3:30. Did you guys hear me?
Okay, ma, we heard you.
Okay, so let's start. So the next thing we're going to design is the food card. So I'm going to take this out and return back to design. So we want to replicate this exact food cards, the not the same font sizes because there's a lot of error here. So, but we're going to just design something like this, but in a very better way. So, like I said, let's add this font before we leave this place. So we have food, fruits, vegetables, and groceries. So I'm going to duplicate this here. So I'm going to reduce this to 18 like this. So this is actually too much. So I'm going to make it 16. So I'm going to say food. Let's use the word food. Let's say this is food. Okay, let's use the word soup. Let's use soup, soup, soups, soup or soups. Let's use vegetables. So this is going to be drinks, and this is going to be snacks. So I'm just going to let's just put this as rice. So I'm going to make them auto layout and just going to space them. So I'll make this to be medium and then stand out. So if you want this to be scrollable, just like what someone asked me yesterday, if you want it to be scrollable, you can just bring it to this place and then come here and then make it horizontal scrollable. So if you want to, if you don't want to, you can leave it. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to turn back this to design and then turn on layout grid and then take my box to measure. So I'm just going to take this to measure like this. And also this here. So this is okay. So this is 150, 150, and this is okay. So I can make it 250 if I want to. So I've gotten what I want, and then I'm just going to cut. So now I want to create this card. So I'm just going to take it to here. So I'm going to place the rectangle here. So now I want to replicate. So I don't need all these icons. So I'm just going to delete all these icons. So I want to replicate this box here. So first thing first is the love icon. So I'm just going to come here to get this love icon. So this is going to be white. So this is going to be its color. So I'm going to make it fill. So it's already this fill color. So I'm going to get my image and then the text. So first thing, since I'm designing for different kinds of soup, so this is going to be this is soup. So how many minutes it will take and the rating. So wisdom, we need a star. I need star icon.
Okay, ma.
So then it's going to duplicate for let's say 20. Yeah. So this is going to be 20 minutes. So I need 4 stars too. So this is going to be 4.5. So I also need for the price and then so here I have let's say 3,000.
Which type of star?
Um can you share your screen? Let me see it.
He's saying this will stop other screen sharing, or do you want to continue?
Yes, I've stopped my own.
Okay. Which one?
The only star that is standing on its own on your screen there.
This
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Another one.
No, no, no.
Okay.
So I need Naira sign. Okay. So let me go and see the star. I can't find. Bring the star this way. Bring it this way. No, leave my plus. Leave my cross. Just bring your star and keep it this way. Leave this cross. Just bring the star you imported. Just bring it inside here so I can see it. Wisdom, are you with me?
I'm not even seeing it.
That is the thing. Immediately you import it, the first thing you need to do is to click on it and bring it inside before any other thing. If not, you won't see it again.
Okay, see here. Yeah.
Just keep it here. Just keep it here. Outside where I'm working. Outside where I'm working. Just keep it here. And leave it.
Okay.
The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce this time and then I'm going to hug the test. So I'll be using gray color for this. So please click out. Leave the star and click out. Just click out. Click out. Click out.
I've done so. I've done so.
So this star did not allow me to get it filled. So you're going to give me a fill star. Like not with stroke, but the whole color is already filled up. So get me another star. So this cannot work for what I want it for.
It will not be on this, huge
Yeah,
icon.
look for it.
Okay.
But let's say have the same shape, this same style.
Okay, man.
So this is going to be in semi-bold just to stand out as the price. So we're going to have this icon here. So this is where this comes in place.
No one that one is even the closest.
Look, let me see.
The rest have slash and
Let
plenty
me
things.
see. Did you search for star from the
Yes.
main? Let me see. Let me see. Did you search for it on the main search bar or you search for it from the which second one?
The main. Let me
Return to
go back.
return to icon set. Cancel that huge icon. Cancel the huge icon first.
I have a question.
Then
Let
search for it there. Yes. Remove the H.
Okay.
Now
This
you
one.
no. Keep
I have
going.
a,
Same straight line. The
This
second
one.
second to the last on the first line.
This one.
Yes. That's a question. I'll be she or he. So stop sharing. Then ask your question. Click out.
I want to ask, is it possible we get a Naira sign in the plugin?
I don't know. I don't know. I've been using from my Chrome. So if it's possible, you can go ahead. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
I've been using from Google Sign. adding it to my fonts. But if you get it as a plugin, you have to join them together and you start adjusting the Naira sign to fit in the size of your font.
Google sign from here.
Naira sign, not Google sign. Naira sign.
Okay, from your Chrome, normal copy and paste.
Anyhow you want to do it, it will work for you.
Okay.
So I'll be using my yellow here. So using 35 and 35 here. So I'm just going to bring this inside. I'll move it to the top. So I'm just going to use my brackets to bring them at the top. So it's my bracket key I'm using to bring them at the top. Or you can come here and drag it and you get to the top. So the choice is yours. So I'm going to align them to the center and then make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, I'm just going to bring it this way. Now I want to curve it like this. So I want to curve it like this. So my mouse is very fast. So I want to curve it like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come here, come to this. First thing first, I'm going to change the color. So the black is going to be white. So and then this is going to be blue. So I'm going to curve only here and here. So what I'm going to do, I'll click here individual curving. So I want to curve here and here. So I'm going to automatically make here 10. So it's not giving me that curve very well. So I'm just going to drag it until I get that desired shape. So that means I'll be going with 20 and also here I'll be going with 20. Now you can see that I've gotten that shape that look like a leaf. So you can see that I've gotten this shape that look like leaf. So this is what I want, and I'm going to make this guy to be here. So I'm going to hold this guy and this one, and then make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, now I want everything to be aligned. Now you can see that this is actually not aligned. This is actually not aligned. So I'm just going to align them. So I'll come here and drag this to this point. Then I'll come here and hold this together and then position at the center. So once I position at center, automatically I will have the center. So you can have the center. If you want to make it same equal line, you're free. You have to come here and then make it this like this, and then you can adjust it to the center like this. So now once you adjust this at the center, automatically you know how to align this and this. You can now position this way, and you can now hold this and the amount and position it this way. So once you position it, so this is how it's going to look like. So I'm going to hold this and make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, this is how it's going to look like. I'll just bring this down a little bit and my image will be here. So I'm going to get bowl of egusi soup. Nigerian soup. I don't think those plugin I free picks and on Splash is going to have Nigerian dishes. So I'll just be using any nice image for. So I'm going to use. Let's use this. Okay, I don't need this image to go this way. I just need something that is just going to show me. Okay, I think I'll have to go with this. So I think I'll have to go with this. So I'll just copy this image and then I'll come to this place out here and I'm going to paste it. So once I paste it, it's actually going to be very big or small depending how it appears here. So it's pasting. Let's wait for it to paste. Now you can see that it's very big. So I'll just scale it and then reduce it to the desired shape I want. So I'm just going to reduce it to the desired shape I want. So now once I've reduced it to the desired shape I want, now I don't need this background. I don't need this background. Background. So what am I going to do? I'm going to remove the background. So first thing first is I'm going to come here to look for remove BG. Remove BG means remove background. So this is how it look like. So I'm just going to click on it, then run it. So it's telling me to run or set API key. So first thing first is I'm going to set API keys. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now it's telling me to set API keys. I try to use it and it's telling me to set API keys. So this is what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do now is telling me to run and it's telling me to set the API key so that I can use it on Figma. Now it's telling me set API key first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the API keys. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to look for it again. So I'm going to set the API keys first so that I can use it. So it's telling me set API key. So I'll have to go to the browser. Now it's telling me go to removebg.website and create a free account. You will need to confirm your email. After that, you find your IP address here. So now first thing first is I'm going to go to the site. Enter.
Dave, what's up now? Make up. No. I beg you, let's see you waiting around.
So sorry about that. So I've gone to the removebackground.com. So this is how it looks like. So I'm going to create an account. It seems I've already created an account. Yeah. So okay, now I've not created an account. So I'm going to come here and click on login. I already have an account. So I'm just going to log in my account. But if you don't have an account, then you click here to create a new account. So I'm just going to log in with my Google. So I'm just going to click and log in with my account because I already have an account. But if you don't have an account, you can go up and sign up for a new account. So I'm just going to log in. So now I've successfully logged in. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come back here and then after that you can find your API keys here. So I'm just going to click here to find my API keys. So now this is, I already have an account, so this is it. So I'm going to come here, scroll for API key. So I'm going to click on it. So once I've clicked, now you can see that I already have an account. The last time I actually set my API key was January to show that I already have an account. January 26th this year, and it was around 11 p.m. Now, when I click on it, it's telling me set new API keys. So I'm going to click on it. So this is how it's going to be. So I'm going to create new API keys. So once I create a new API, you see API keys are be added. Now it's showing the time and the title and the date. So I'm just going to click on copy. So once I copy, I'll come back to my Figma here and then I'll paste it here. So once I paste it, I will save it here. So it's showing that API keys has been set. Then I can go ahead and then run the plugin. So I can go ahead and then run the plugin. So once I run the plugin, it's actually going to remove the background for me. Now you can see that it has removed the background for me. So if I click out, you can see that that's removed the background for me. So now I can just go ahead and hold this together. And hold this together. So place it at the center. So I'm going to leave this way so I can hold this image together. So now it's showing that something is actually outside. So I'm going to unlock that. Now it's showing that my image is outside. So I'm just going to drag the image here, click out, click this, and then return it back so that my image will be inside. So this is what I have. So I'm just going to group this and then hold this and then make it auto layout. So once I make, you can ignore to make it auto layout. You can choose to frame. So this time I'm not going to work with auto layout. I'm going to work with frame. So I'm going to frame the selection. So once I frame it, this is how it's going to look like. So I'm going to go back to this my frame and click on this rectangle and give it a corner radius. So this particular rectangle, I will give it a corner radius, like just this top, So I'm going to give a corner radius of 20. So this is how it's going to look like. So now I'm good to go. This is actually okay. So this image is looking small. So let's play around with this image. So I'm going to remove it from auto layout. So let's play around with this image. So I'm going to crop it. Yeah, like this. And yeah, like this. So I'm going to scale it. Now take it up a little bit. I'm good to go. So I'm just going to delete this and I'll be working with this one. So I'll be working with this. So I'll just take this image a little bit up. So I'll be taking this image a little bit up and I'll be taking, so I'm just going to remove everything from auto layout. So this time around, I will not be working with auto layout, I'll be working with frame. So if you choose to work with auto layout, you are free. If you don't want to work with auto layout, you are staying free. So I'm just going to, take this up a little bit. Now this is what I already have. So this part, since we are not, so you can choose to make this in components. You can choose to make this in components. Just in case you don't like how it is being done, you can just adjust. So I'm just going to make it in components and I'll leave it this way. In case I am done, I don't like how I'm just. So I'll come back to my home screen here and then I'll paste it here. So I'm going to come here, bring this one here. So I'll hold these two together. Then I'll make it auto layout. I'm going to duplicate here. So we make the space between these two is 20. So I'm going to make the space between this one and this one to be 20. So I'm going to hold these two And then, so I'm going to hold this one and this one, and then make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, I'm going to just, duplicate, 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 duplicate. I just want it to be very, very long so that when I'm scrolling, it will actually work. So once I'm done, I'm just going to hold this and then change the name here to be food card. So this is going to be the food card. So I'm just going to retain this food card, go down, and I want this my notification bar to show. So I'm just going to move the food card to go down, and then I'm going to just bring this and then keep it this way. Then come to my prototype and say, this is going to be scroll vertical. So once you scroll vertical, now I want it to go, I want all this when I'm scrolling vertical. I want everything to just go under and this should remain in a fixed position. So I'm going to use a rectangle and then place it this way. So I'll come back to design. I'll get a rectangle, bring it this way. Then I'll move the rectangle to go down. So I'm just going to use my bracket and make it to go down. So you can choose to make this one blue like this.
Ma,
You
what
know,
do you use? What do you use to make your design to go down? Which shortcut?
arrow key. Sorry, bracket key. Just the
Okay.
ones under your plus and minus. I don't know what kind of keyboard you're using, but my own is just the bracket key.
Eh.
Under the plus and minus key.
You one of them or both of them?
Both of them, one is good down, one is up. Or you can come here and move them. Or you can come here and just scroll to move them. You can come here to scroll and move them.
Okay.
So I'm going to create two home page and I will tell you guys to choose which one is actually better. So this is what I have. So let's preview and see what we've done. See your star.
Okay.
So I'm going to click on the home and see what we've done so far. So I'll be designing now. Let's scroll. You can see that there's an error. Now you can see that there's an error here. And now I want this to be scrolling, but I don't want these guys to, I don't want it this way. Now I want it to scroll under this. So I'll come back to my design. I'll look for that rectangle. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hold all this together. First thing first, I'm going to hold this and this. I'm going to make it auto layout or grouping. The choice is yours. I'm going to make this auto layout and I'm going to hold this auto layout. And then this auto layout and then a rectangle. And then a rectangle, then I'll make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, automatically I'm going to, when I make it auto layout, I'll make sure that this is actually at the top. Then I'll come here and then I will click. Now you can see that this is actually moving and it's under. Then this is this way. You can see that there's no need of designing multiple screens. So this is actually okay. So if you choose to use different images and the name, you're good to go. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to design two home page and I want you guys to choose for me which one you think is fine. So I'm going to come here and just duplicate this, change the background color from this color to blue, and then all the black change to white. Now all the black change to white, and this is actually going to be, so this particular one is going to be this color, and the gray, so this black automatically change to white, and this gray change to, so which of the gray? This is gray. This gray change to this color. So I'm going to leave this particular gray to be this way. So I'm going to change this. So I'll change this particular one to be white. So my people, which one do you think is better for the homepage, the colored or the plain?
The colored man.
The colored. Any other person apart from Wisdom?
Plain.
Plain. Any other person? Who said plain? Color, you said plain. Okay,
Yes.
Emory said plain. Any other person?
I said plain.
Yes, color, yeah, I heard you. Dami, which one did you choose?
Colored.
Colored. Caleb, colored. Miriam, colored. Okay, let's preview the two and see which one works. Okay, so let's preview the two. You can present, you can preview, the choice is yours. You know, when you present, it's going to take you to the next page. When you preview, it's going to open the iPhone here. So guys, see the colored one and see the plain one. So which one will you choose, this or
Colored.
this?
Colored.
I
Colored.
prefer the colored too.
Colored.
I like the, yeah, me, I prefer the colored. It's giving this nice look and feel. So you can go ahead and just change your um change your images. Now you can also use this food card and do some interaction if you just want to click on this to give you feel and feel. Now, Wisdom, I want you to do something for me. So I want you to get this love. Okay, let's see. Now I want you to get a love icon, field one, just the same way you did for this particular star. So you will do it for me and then let me duplicate and make this icon interactive.
Okay, ma. But ma, I sent you a message on WhatsApp. I don't know if you've seen it.
On WhatsApp. Are you the one that sent a message 7 minutes ago? Your battery is about to be very low. Okay, so let's continue. Let's design for okay. So let's design for this particular card. So I'm going to take this to this place. So I'm going to design for this screen. So this is actually going to be very, very simple screen. So I'll just come here and duplicate. So you guys are saying we are going with so I'm going to come to prototype and take this guy to this place. And then move this particular one. We are not deleting it. We're just going to move it to this place and dump it here. So I don't finish. So I'm just going to take out everything out. One thing. So I'm just going to delete this. So let's delete them one. I don't need this guys. Now, so I'm going to close this first. So what I want to design is going to be this screen. So already I'm going to have my status bar, my back button, fave icon. Then we're going to place the image. We're not going to design the exact thing like this, but we're not going to add this cake or something. We're not going to add this. We're just going to, add about the food and then you have this icon here. So this is what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is to create my back icon and favorite icon. So let's see if my network is strong enough for me to get field favorite icon. So I'm just going to, go to my Iconify. So I'm going to go back here. So this is similar. Let me see what. So I think this is similar to what we are using for this. And I also need arrow. So I'm going to be using this arrow, but I'm going to change the position. So this is what I have. Are you guys there?
Yes, ma.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wisdom, if your laptop is low, you can just switch using your phone. Don't worry. I think my network is stable now.
Okay,
So this is what we have. So I'm just going to take this arrow here first. I'll dump it here first. So let's change this love. So let's see which of the love actually match this one. So I think this one match. So I'm just going to place this here, make it a component, add variant to this, and then remove the fill color. Give it a stroke. So the stroke is going to be 1.2, and this is going to be blue. So this is going to be gray color, and this is going to be blue color. So I'm going to make this a first time. Before I don't finish. So I just want to have this interaction icon here. So I'm just going to bring this here.
you put it on both sides.
Yes, it's not hover, it's click.
Okay. Click it both sides.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry guys, my stomach is biting me very bad.
Sorry, man.
So I want to replace this icon with this. So I'm just going to copy this icon and I'll come here and paste it. So if I paste it automatically, since this is a component, to reflect in other ones. So I'll just come here. So this is the icon. So I want to replace it to where the other icon is. So I'm just going to take it that far here and dump it here. So once I dump it, I'm going to move and then align and then move to the top. So once I move to the top, I'm going to delete the old one. Now, this is what I actually just did. So now let's go to the home page. Now you can see that it has reflected. Now this is one sweet thing about components. You can see that it has reflected. Now if I come to this place, if I come here now, preview. Now you can see that if I click here now, you can see what I actually did. So if I click, I can feel. Guys, did you guys understand what I did here? Now the question that Wisdom asked me, you click on the both side. I say yes, I'm aware because this is what I want to achieve.
Can I ask a question, ma?
Yes, so
This components and interactions, it's just like, can you please go back to this, ma?
can I please and go back to where? Where do you want me to start from?
The components, the love and components and interaction.
Okay,
Thank you.
welcome. Now this is what I did here. So I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to use this one. So this is what I'm going to use. So let's bring it. It's actually not inside the frame. So I'm going to drag it this way. Now this is what I want. This is what I want to be able to achieve this. So first thing first is I'm going to change the color to be my primary color, how you want it to be when a user clicked on it. Now, this is how it's going to be. I'm not going to touch anything. The only thing I did was just to change the color. The size is perfect. So I'll make it a component. So once I make it a component, I'm going to add a variant. And now, the reason why I added stroke is because there's a way this icon is. This icon is actually a fill color. So if you remove the color, if you turn off the color, like let's say if you turn off this color now to white because it's white you want, if you turn it to white, there's no way it's going to show a user that there's an icon here if you place it on a white background. Even if you place it on this background, it is not going to be visible enough for your user to see. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the icon, like you come to the play, click only the frame and then change the color to give it stroke like this. Now you want it to just be stroke and you want this to be like, this is actually outline icon. This is a fill icon. You want the interaction to be, okay, this is how it's going to look like when the user is not clicked on the icon, but this is how it's going to use this is how it's going to look when a user clicked on the icon. So what I'm going to do here, I've added a stroke. If one is actually okay for you, you are good to go. But if one is not okay for you, you can come here and make it 1 point, 2 points, how you want it to be. Then next thing I'm going to do now, I want it to be in gray color if my user is not going to click on it. But once they click on it, it should be in blue color. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come to my prototype. So I'll go back and click the variant tool, come to my prototype, click here, move here. So now this is actually going to be on tap, click. I do want it to trigger. I want it to be click, tap. Then I'm going to just move it to instant. So I'll put the animation to be in instant, which is okay for me. So I'm just going to return the same thing I did there. Same thing. Remember it will carry the previous setting. So I'll come back to my design. So if I come back to my design now, let's add this frame here. And let's move this icon here. So let's preview this guy. Now you can see that if I click on it, this is how it's going to look like. I'm clicking, I'm using a noiseless mouse, so you can have here when so this is it. If I click, this is how it's going to be. If I click, this is how it's. So remember I said mobile doesn't have anything, mobile application, mobile view doesn't have anything as over. Okay, so this is it. That's it. So do you understand?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Thank you very much.
So I'll be deleting these. So now by the time now you can see that when remember I said let's just add this thing in auto layer in component, and when I add it in component and I made the interaction here, you You can see that immediately I just put it here, it reflects in all those designs. Now the next thing I want to do, I want to design a back button. So I'm just going to come here. I'm going to come to this place and just turn it this way. So I'm going to come here and then make it 90. So sorry, I had to open my window for ventilation. The heat is killing. Okay, so this is what we have here, arrow. So you can look for arrow that is facing this way. You can look for arrow that is facing any other place, but I just love the size and shape of this arrow. So, and it's facing upward. So I'll just come to this rotation and then rotate it to the way I want it to look like. Then I'm going to use my rectangle and then add it this way. Now, if I add my rectangle, this is how it's going to look like. This is where my um bracket key comes in. But another way to do it is, now this is the arrow name here. So I'm just going to hold it this way and drag my rectangle down. So this is how it's going to look like. Then I'll come here and say, okay, let's make it 40, 40. Since I want it to be in rectangle, sorry, since I want it to be in square shape, not rectangle, I'm just going to use the same height and width. And then I'll come here and adjust it at the center and then make it auto layout. Yeah. So once I make it auto layout, I'm going to give it my normal color. So here I will not be using blue, I'll be using this color and I'll be using white here. Okay, let's use this color. Yeah, sorry, to look mature. So corner radius I'll be giving it is going to be 5. So if you want to make it a component, no problem. Now, the reason why I said all these items or all the elements that you know you're going to use more than one, I would prefer you make it in components, because let's say, for example, now you did it a design and you are done. You've done like it is a project of that is supposed to be like 40 or 40 screens. You've gone far for like 25. You get remaining 15 for you to be done. And I step in and I said, oh, Wisdom, I don't like how this your back button look like. Why not change it? Now, instead of you to start changing all the back button one, what you just do, just go to the main component and then make the necessary adjustments, and it will just reflect in all. So I always tell designers, anything you know that you use more than one, it's better for you to just make it in components, so that in case your supervisor, your product manager, your developer, whoever that comes to the Figma file tells you this thing is not right, okay, why not make it like this? Instead of start making it one, what you just do, you just go to your main component and then make the necessary adjustment and it will reflect. Now that is what applies here. Now you can see that after I've made this my love interaction, I just come here and I copy it and it reflects in all of them instantly, instead of start making it in one, start deleting and doing it back. So now I'm done with this. So I'm just going to place this in component. So once I place it in component, this is going to be, I'll just come here, duplicate, copy, you know, and then add here. So I'm going to add it here. The heat is killing. So this is where I'm going to add it here. Now I'm going to add my title text. So what did I use for my title text? I'll have to go back to sign up and use this as my title. So this is actually my title text, because that is what I use for onboarding. This is like a title. So that's what I'm going to use all through. So it's my title, just to indicate, tell the user which page they are. So I'm just going to come in. So this is going to be a product or food description or whatever name you want to do. So this I'm going to call it food description. So I'm just going to go back to that design and see the write-up there. So this is what I use. So this is food details. So I'll use the word food details food description is actually description. The word description is actually meant for an item. It's meant for an item like item description, product description. So let's use the word food details. So this is a food details page, and the next thing I'm going to have here is going to be my love icon. Now you can see that I'm going to punish myself here because I did not rename um my love icon. You can see that I did not rename it, but thankfully it's actually not in frame something. So I can just drag it here instead of giving myself double punishment. So I'm just going to drag this here, return back to file. So now another thing is if you don't want to work with this name here, you can just click on this, go to main component, look for it, go to main component. So when you click on going to main component to take you to this place, then once you can just change it to favorite, heart, whatever name you want to give it. So once you are done, you're just going to click back to where it brought you. So once you click it, it's going to take you return back to instant, but I don't know why it's not working. So let's click it again so that it will take me back. It's not bringing it back. It's supposed to take me back after changing the name. It's supposed to take me back after changing the name, but I don't know why this thing is not coming up. So let's just track the journey now. So we are done trekking. So this is how it's going to look like. So remember I said I'm creating a different thing from this one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my love icon. Now bring rectangle. So I'm going to use the same height and width of this. So I'm just going to place it here. So this is going to be 35, 35. So it's going to be here. So, okay, 40, 40, sorry. So we're using 40, 40. Sorry, I thought it's 35, 35. So we're using 40, 40. Now this is where consistency plays in. Now I want to bring this my favorite. Now you can see that I'll just push this here and it will come up this way. So you can choose to use your bracket key. You get, if you don't want to, no problem. Are you guys with me?
Yes, fine.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. 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 So now I'm going to just drag it and place it inside. I'm going to hold this and then make it auto layout. Now, if I don't want to use this particular fill color, I want it to interact, I can come here to the property and then change it this way. So I'm going to use my lighter blue color. So I'll come to this place. I'm going to use this color here. So I'm going to hold, now I'm going to give this a corner radius before holding it. So I'll be giving it 5 because that is the same thing I did here. So I'm going to hold this, and then align it very, very well. So I'm going to scroll to position and align horizontally, right? Okay, sorry, vertically, not horizontally. Then I'll click on this particular one and then arrange vertically. So I'm going to arrange it horizontally. Sorry, this horizontal and vertical is still confusing me. So this is how it's going to be, and then I'm going to leave it this way. The next part is, remember I said we are replicating exactly like this. So the next part I'm going to do now is going to be this image. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my white, place it this way. So I'm going to make it pure white. So I'll just drag it this way. So I'm going to close this, and the image is going to be this. So now I need this corner radius. So just come to appearance here, drag this corner radius detail. So I'm going to make it 20 and 20. Now let's turn off this layout grid and then see what we have done so far. So this is how it's going to look like. So I'm going to change this color to be blue. So once I change to be blue, so I'm going to make this to be automatically white. So I'm going to make this to be white. So let's just make this white. Now, if you're wondering why I did not go to the component to change it white, is because I don't want it to be in one color. Now, there are some pages, so there are some pages that will be white display. For example, your checkout. So your checkout is going to have white display from beginning to end. So there's no need of having white back. It's because the reason why I just changed only this variant color, not from the main component, is because it is on a blue background. Okay, so don't make the mistake. So I'm just going to make this white. So this is what we have. So the image is going to be at the center. So I actually want this corner radius to come up very well. So I'm going to click on it to make it 30. So let's make it 30 and see. Perfect. So I'm just going to make it 30. So I'm going to place this image at the center. Now let's call this, our own is going to be a goosey soup. So I'll just come here and duplicate this. So I'll just come here and duplicate. Now you see one thing about components. By the time you try to duplicate one thing, this is what will happen. So I'm going to just leave it and then come to this find your food. So I'll just duplicate it this way. And then I'll change the color to be my main black. So once I change it to main black, this is going to be a goosey soup. So I'm going to place it here. So I'm going to place it here. So the next thing I'm going to have is my amount. I'm going to have the amount, the star, and the minutes. So I'm going to just take this. So I'm just going to see if I can drag this, not the whole guys coming out. So drag it out. If I drag it out, automatically it will just go out from being it will just automatically go out from being variant. So I'm just going to place this here. So I'm going to take this amount. So I'm just going to do that very fast. Like I'm going to drag it very fast using my alt and mouse. So I'm just going to drag it very fast. So the amount is going to be here. So the next thing I need is so the next thing I need is going to be this. I'm trying to add one or two. So I have this. Let's say have. Okay, let's put this here. Then let's bring this guy here, and then look for clock. So this is going to be 20 minutes. Let's use the word 20 minutes. So I'm going to get clock. So let's get plugin for clock. So let's get an icon for clock. Sorry. So I'm going to go to my icon. So I'm using which icon? So I'll be using this. Perfect. So I'll be reducing the icon to 20. So I'll reduce this icon to 20. 20. So it's 20. So that to match with this one I'm using. So I'm going to give them spacing. So the spacing that I'll just give them a little bit spacing. Okay, so I'm just going to change the black to the gray color. So I'm just going to have this here, and I'm going to increase. So I'll be using the title for this. So using 28 for this. Then I will increase this to maybe 20. I want the amount to be visible enough for users. So I'll be using um this 20. I'll be using 20 medium. So this is going to be 24. So I'm going to hold them together and then align vertically. So this is where my layout grid comes in play. So, I'm going to just hold this guy here. So I'm going to hold this guy here. This and so I'm holding the wrong thing. So I need to click out. I'm holding the wrong thing. So I'm going to hold them again. And then I'll do them auto layout. So I don't want this guy to just be at the center. I want it to be this way. So I'm going to hold these two and make it auto layout. And then I'll reduce the spacing here. So I'm going to hold this guy and then increase it to this part. And then I'll place it this way. So when I place it this way, I'm just going to look for where this error is coming from. And then I will adjust it to this part. So I'm going to just hold this guy here and adjust it this part. Now we are done with this. So now the next thing you are going to do is going to add this. Do you want 2 plates or 3 plates or 4 plates or 5 plates? So I'm just going to create that with plus and minus. So what I'm going to do, I'm just using the same size of text I'm using. Now you can see why I said 12, 10, 8 font size is very, very necessary in your design. So what I'm going to do, this is actually going to be 1 plate. So we are going to have plus and minus at the back. So I'll be using, you can use icon, you can use text. So in this aspect, I'll be using text. So I'm just going to duplicate this, make it minus, and duplicate this and make it plus. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold the 3. I'm going to hold the 3 together and then make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout now, you can see that this is how it's going to look like. So I want to place it inside the box this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give them spacing, and then I'll make it another auto layout, and then I'll give it a fill color. So I'm going to give it a fill color of this, like this here. So I'm going to give it a corner radius of 10. You can use group, you can use frame, you can use auto layout, you can use icon to replace it as text. The choice is yours. So anyhow you want to do it, the choice is yours. So I'm just going to replicate the exact thing that these people did here. So I'm going to click on all the text. So I'm going to click on all the text and then make it white. And I'm going to increase this to be bold. So I'm going to say this is going to be 14. So I'm going to place it at the center. So this is going to be at the center. So I think I'll have to make this to be, so I'm going to make this to be blue, standard as blue. So I think this is better this way. Just to show that this item is actually one. So let's see the height. So let's see the height. The height is 38. So we can just reduce to 35. So this is okay. So I'm going to hold these two together and then align vertically. So I'm going to push this guy to get to this point here, and then hold this and align vertically, and then hold this and then do it auto layout. So the next thing I'm going to do is going to be this about food. So I'm just going to use this same font size here, bring it here. So I'm going to see if it's okay. Yes, it's okay. So I'm just going to make it. So I'm going to change this color to be my main black. You can choose to make it gray, but I want the price to be stand out. So I think I will have to make it blue. I want the price to stand out, so I'll have to make it blue. And then I'll remove it from medium and then use bold. So here is going to be about food. So about food, and I'll just have to duplicate this. Now this is where my dummy text comes in. So I'm going to get this text, copy, and then return back here. So I need the same font size, the same arrangement. I want it like that. So I'm just going to take this one. So I'm going to use this. Now I'm going to use this and I'm going to move them at the left. So I'll just come to this text here and move them to the left here. So I'm going to duplicate more, like going to make the text more plenty, and then I'll arrange it very well the way I want it to look like. Now this is how it's going to look like. So here I'm going to reduce it to 16. Then I'm just going to come to this place and just add read more. So I'm just going to add dots here and let's take these guys out. So I'm just going to add here read more, and this is actually going to be in colored. Now this is what it looked like. So let's close this layout. Let's turn off the layout grid. So I want to be sure, are you guys staying with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So this is how it's going to look like now. And then once you are done, we can just come to this place, assets, and get the button. So now this is what we have. So you can see that our own is even better than these people their own. So I'm just going to come to my sign up screens, come to my screen here, check the spacing between them. So this is 33. So I'm going to come back here and then bring it straight to 33. So to get that measurement, just use your hot key. Click where you want and then use your hot key and then move it to get the measurement. So this is going to be like this. So I want this image of food to be very big. So this is going to be here. So now we have our egusi soup image. So I'm just quickly going to drag it out. Now I did not drag it fast enough. So now I'm just going to remove this from auto layout because I only need the image. So I'm just going to, okay, let's get, it's not compulsory that one more. Okay, let's use it. Let's use the image. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this and then remove it from component, from variant. So I'm just going to come here to detach instance. So once I detach instance, I can just click here and then drag the image out and then delete this one. So I'm going to increase this image by using my scale. So I'll be using my scale to increase the size of this image. So I'll just come here and then increase it. I want the size of the egusi soup to be very big so that user can see the image very well. And then I'll come here to align at the center. So once I'm done, just come here to change or turn off my layer grid to see the image. So once I'm done, I'll just rename this to be food detail screen. Now, once I'm done, the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to link the home page to get to this page. So what I'm going to do, I'll go back to my prototype. I'm going to click on this particular first card to get to this card. So when I click on this, so how do I want it to be? I want it to move instantly. So, and I want this back to move to this screen instantly. Now, if we check the prototype, if we check the prototype now, let's check the prototype from the beginning down to that page. So this is what we have. I so much love this splash screen I did because I just love how it just moved from the color down to the white. So I'm going to restart this prototype. Now you can see that I've actually worked on it. So if I go back here and I come back here, you see that the password is just on its own. Then you have so we did not do connection from the login, so we're not working with the login. We're working with just the first time users, then sign up. So this is how it's going to look like. This is it. Now we have this like this. So if we scroll up, we scroll down, click on this, you can go back. So guys, I believe with this viewpoint of mine, I have been able to guide you guys on how to create a simple mobile application and not to confuse you with auto layout and components. So we'll have to end the class here and then wrap up by
Everybody clap, clap. Thank you, man.
yeah, you're running too.
Na clap you
You
all
to
clap.
clap now.
Na clap you all clap. Me I dey find fire. Na fire emoji I won't put now. Na that
Man,
fire.
clap at least now. Clap, 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 man. Thank you very much.
Na that fire emoji I dey find like
Maybe
this.
Shebi, I believe it's not to draw fire emoji or love emoji or clap emoji. Did you understand the whole interaction of the thing?
We can't say we completely understand it, but it's something we can work with now.
Okay.
It's something we can work with. Subsequently, we'll understand better as we keep practicing.
Okay. But at least you guys have been able to understand how it is being done from scratch. So that when you try your own or when you are seeing it, you will not just conclude it's magic.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes, so
How do you send it to user to test it?
What?
yeah,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Now with this design, man. So if I want to send it to user to help me test what I did, how will I do it? Will I export or share?
Yeah, now if you want user to test what you've done so far, this is where you now come to present. It now take you to the next, like to open another page for you. Now on that page, remember before you do that, make sure you click out and set the kind of phone, to match with your frame. Then you now click on share from that place and share the prototype link. So when a user click on the prototype link, it is only this screen they will be seeing. They will not be seeing this screen. They will see only this one. It's still, my own is still loading, but I'm going to show.
Why?
So who is dropping attendance? So now this is the screen. I can see that wisdom is already there. So you're going to click on, now you can see another way of this thing.
Sorry, Mark, can I quickly ask one question?
Yes. So you
If
just
user,
come to so call, I think you're the one that asked the question. You come here and then copy this.
I know they see the screen. Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm with you, man.
Who said he's not who is saying he's not seeing the screen?
Wisdom. I'm the highest in the room.
So I've shared the prototype link for you guys. The prototype link is always long. Like the link is always long.
Okay.
Ma, what if you try another frame to test the app? Because I've tried to test the app with another frame, like iPhone, iPhone, iPhone 14, no, iPhone 13 or so. It was not really responsive. Is there anything we can do to make it responsive?
Your phone frame now, before you can use a different phone oh phone frame, is it the same size as of this? Like this is what I'm using is iPhone 13 or iPhone 14 frame. And now when I came to this place now, the phone type I'm using. So in this phone type, I can either use iPhone 13 or iPhone 14. So, but I'm just using iPhone 14 here. So I don't understand what you mean. You actually use a different phone and it's not
No,
interactive.
I test like, for example, now this link you've sent it to us before. So while I was on like checking what you did, so I said let me run with another frame, run the whole screen with another frame. It was not really responsive. So I was asking if there's any way we can make it responsive after designing the whole screen.
I mean, somebody that understand this question should break it down because my link you don't have access to edit. So what are you trying to do?
I
No,
think
no,
he
no, to
I think
run.
he
I didn't
meant
say edit.
I think
I
I
didn't
think
say
he meant I think he meant after doing the work with another frame, if you can use another frame
No, you
to
cannot use another
review.
frame. If you are using iPhone 14, then you have to test it with if you're using iPhone 14 frame, you have to test it with iPhone 14 too. You cannot
Exactly.
test
That's what he's
you
asking.
cannot
Can I
test
say
iPhone
something,
14
please?
frame with iPhone
Can
16
I say
frame. It will not work.
something?
No, it will
Can I
not
say
balance. It
something,
will
please?
work, but it will not balance well.
Yes, yes.
It will not be balanced. It will not balance well. You
So
So
see,
you
you
have,
that's
start you start seeing you start
you have
seeing
to
like for example now you start seeing it's either the screen is actually going to look stretched to fit in or you will see line here or here. It's just like you using trying to how do I explain this thing now? You know they have 12 mini and the normal 12. It's just like you use iPhone 12 now, 12 mini to design and you want to run the prototype with iPhone 12. You can see that the size of the screen is actually going to look small. So 12 mini is just going to balance there. Now the cloth is too big for me. Let me just fit in my size. And then you start seeing either black line here or black space here or white space there. So whatever frame you use, make sure you use the same frame to run your prototype. If not, your screen, your design will not balance well. Do you understand?
I have a
Yes, ma'am.
question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me remind them for attendance.
Okay, can I ask a question, please? I have a
Yeah,
question.
so yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, ma. Please, I wanted to ask, like my Figma this thing, I designed it on another Figma design file. How do I now transfer it to one? Like, I don't know. I don't even
Copy.
understand.
You design your
Like, I
copy.
designed them on different Figma design files. So I wanted
Cop-
to know if I can combine them on one file.
yeah, just copy the design and move it. Just like for example, now you guys want to practice this thing that I just did. So what you just do, you just come to this place now. Now let me say I want to copy the design from this Figma file to another design, the Figma file. What you just do, just come here, highlight, copy, and then move it to your main design. Including the prototype, everything we just copy. Or you can come to this place that says duplicate. You can duplicate it, but this is actually not going to work. But the best is just copy your design and move it to the one Figma file and then join all your designs together.
Okay, thank you, ma.
Mm. Duplicates can only work if you want to duplicate the everything from this my file, including these guys, in everything. Like now, you guys already have only access to view on this file, and now you want to have everything in your own Figma file, including my local style. So what you will do, you just come to this place now. See on my own Figma file link. Oh, come to this place,
one.
click on this drop down, click on duplicate. So once you duplicate it, it will now automatically move the whole thing I have on this Figma link to your own Figma file. Then all my local style, everything is going to show there. All my design, everything. You can now start opening it zoom by zoom to check what I did, to copy the settings and then move to your own. But if you only have access to view, you cannot see the settings of my prototype very well. You understand?
Yes, thank you.
Any other question? Let me wait.
I just test.
Let me find where to get the attendance link.
Please, I have a question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please. You people should have tried to reach out to. It seems they are not online. So how are we going to do for attendance? Can you guys hear me?
Well, we can, but I don't think anybody knows what to do either.
It's 5 o'clock already, and most of us have something to do. Maybe you can inform them to paste the link in the group. So
Okay. Hello, Boma, the attendance link.
Yeah. I no dey online.
No wonder the message you wanting. Okay, no wahala. That means they'll paste them for group. Oh.
Oh, okay. If you try push it, if I know the next chapter, go answer them.
I know here, come again. Okay. Okay, guys, so the attendance link will be dropped on the group. So see you guys and have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow for another magic. Bye.
all right, good night.
Okay, it has been dropped. So it has been dropped. The link has been dropped.
Bye bye, ma.
That's not the link. Oh. It's not correct. Oh. Where did you guys see the link? Who was the person that said that was the link?
Don't
I
mind,
just
don't
realized
mind.
now. I just realized it's
Don't
not
mind him,
correct.
Gary.
Please, let them drop the link in the group. Oh. Please, oh. I'm out. Oh. So
As the co-host of this group of this call, I hereby
Wheezy.
ma
Beg, I dey beg you.
for waiting.
Now beg, I dey beg you. That interaction part, sincerely, I don't understand. So, go call your DMO. Kola Wole.
Yeah,
Kola
caller will
Wole.
See, don't disturb our
Kola
with you.
Wole.
call,
Don't disturb our with
Kola
you.
Wole.
Our group is due.
I beg go.
Who they talk?
I know you're
Don't
waiting
disturb
to
our
talk.
with you. We still get
That guy,
this way what's up with
that
you.
guy, where they
Maybe
yarn for
after
them.
capstone you can disturb it.
That guy, where they
Don't
yarn for
disturb me.
Don't disturb our with you, please. Bro.
Make on a
Number one,
wisdom.
number one student.
This guy, hey, I want end the group. I want end the call rather.
Number one.
No, Wheezy.
No, wait, to make a drop attendance list.
Now here they want to be for WhatsApp. Now WhatsApp.
Now, yeah,
Now WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Wheezy, Kola Wole, I dey beg you, leave her file alone. I know they beg her fast. Her file no even dey reply her message.
I
again.
call
Oh.
her.
Me, I know abandon her.
Miriam,
Kola
me, I
Wole,
don't sabi anything.
my
Oh.
guy.
I call her Wole.
Me self to look for who go teach.
See ya.
Wheezy, Alpha.
Bye
We go meet
bye.
for group.
I'm ending the meeting for all.
Yes, boss.
As
Kola
the
Wole,
co-host,
I dey call your DM.
honorable co-host.